Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I will discuss about Pramanas. It is portion of logical reasoning. Those who are watching my video for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. So the first question is, what is Pramanas? So Pramanas means proof, that you have some proof of any knowledge or any means of knowledge. So whatever knowledge or whatever information you are giving or conveying to someone in any form, that should have a proof, that is known as Pramanas. Okay, so Pramanas equals proof of knowledge. So the first thing under this is Pratyaksha. In English it is known as perception, that we have perception about something. So knowledge is obtained through perception. How? With the help of our sensory organs, that can be nose, skin, ear, tongue, and with the help of our memory. So if we use our sensory organ, then it is known as direct perception, like whatever we have an experience, that current experience, the same experience or the spot experience. And the other one is indirect perception, that it is based on your memory, that you have some past experience. Now you are using that knowledge that you have obtained from the past experience to apply in the present scenario. So we will understand it better with the help of example. So the examples are that illusion at night of the rope as a snake. So you see a rope, but at night you illusioned it as a snake. Why it happened? Look, the first thing is that it involved your sensory organ, that is eyes, that you directly saw the rope. But because it was dark, it was not clearly visible, and you have the past experience about the snake, that how they look, so you misunderstood it as a snake. Next is, if you enter a room and it smells the incense sticks, that means incense stick must be burning. So if you enter any room and your nose detects the smell of incense stick, so here this nose is your sensory organ. Okay, it is acting as a direct perception. And then you draw a perception that there must be some religious gatherings or praying to God must be going on. So these things came into your head from the smriti, that is from your past experience, that if there is any burning of incense stick, then there must be some religious gatherings or some praying to God or some rituals must be going on. So here is the fusion of both the direct perception as well as the indirect perception. So it's all about perception, that there is use of sensory organs, which can be in the form of direct as well as in the form of indirect. Next is Arthapatti. It means, in English, Arth means meaning. So the English term for this Arthapatti is assumption or implication, that you assume something and then you imply that. That is knowledge gained through seeing the relationship between cause and effect. This is very important, that this will have two elements. One will be the causal agent and the other will be the affected agent. That is, I have discussed about dependent variable and independent variable. The same thing is here. Cause and effect relationship will be there. So it involves postulation, supposition and presumption. It can be in any form. Simply understand it in the form of that any hypothesis that we make. It is simply a supposition, right? It can be wrong, it can be right, we don't know. So this form of knowledge is either gained from what we have seen or heard and are assuming rightly. So under Arthapatti, whatever knowledge we draw it with the help of our sensory organs, with the eyes, or whatever we have heard, that is whatever is in our memory power, smriti, and then we make an assumption about that. We will understand it with the help of example, but do remember that it has two elements, that is cause and effect. So the examples are, fat Devdutt does not eat during day. So here Devdutt is a person who is fat and he does not eat during day. So the relationship between fat and eat is related to each other. If you eat heavily and you don't exercise, then you are going to be fat. So here the statement is that fat Devdutt does not eat during day. If he is not eating during day, then he must be eating at night, because without eating he can't be fat. So here we have the cause and effect thing. Due to overeating and due to lot overeating, he is getting fat. So Overeating is the cause of its fat. That is, here he is being fat is dependent variable and eating is independent variable that can be manipulated. So what we see, we find out the causal and affected agent here, right? And then we draw a supposition that he must be eating at night. Who knows, he must be eating at the evening time. That can be also one supposition. So it works like this, that we suppose or we assume. Next is, a wealthy person says that he does not sleep at night. So the person is wealthy and he does not sleep at night. The very first thing is that if you don't work, then you are not going to be wealthy, okay? And you also need a sleep to work the next day. So if he is not sleeping at night, that means he must be sleeping at day, and during night he must be working, so that he is wealthy, he is rich. So here also we find out the causal and effect, and then we make an assumption. Next is Upmana. It means comparison or to draw analogy. It's simply that we try to compare between two similar things or two different objects. If anything is similar, then we will make a comparison that they are alike, they are looking similar. Many a time we confuse with people's face, right? So under this, knowledge is acquired by the perception of similarity. So it is a perception that you perceive something similar. It may be true, it may be not true. Both the cases are there. So we will understand it with the help of an example. So example is, a person who has known that a four-legged animal that barks is called a dog. So it is known that if there is any four-legged animal and who barks, then that is going to be a dog. The same person goes to the jungle and sees similar animal which barks, and can be said that the dog in my village is like this wild dog. So here there was similarity, four-legged animal barking. So the person draw an analogy that this must be wild dog. Why wild? Because it's in the jungle. So on the basis of similarity between these two, we made a Pramana, that we made a knowledge. We draw some conclusion. Another example is, a person is familiar with cow. Everyone is familiar with the cow, their body structure, their moaning, everything, their sound. So when the same person sees similar animal in the forest, will conclude that this animal is like a cow. So if you find a similar animal, same body structure, same body language, four legs, then the person will draw a conclusion that the animal is like a cow. So here similarity is important. If there is any similarity, and on the basis of that similarity conclusion is drawn, then that will come under Upmana, that is to compare or to draw analogy. Next is Anuplabdhi. Anuplabdhi in English means not present. That is something which is absent. That is Anuplabdhi. So it is non-perception or negative proof. So the sentences under Anuplabdhi will always have negative word, that it will sense negativity, it will sense no. So it explains an object does not exist in a particular place and in a particular time, but elsewhere it exists. So for example, that there is a book on the table, but at the present time the book is not present on the table. That means that book must be present somewhere else and it is absent at this table. So this will come under Anuplabdhi, that is, it is not present. So this Anuplabdhi can be of four types: non-perception of the cause, effect, object, or contradiction. So this Anuplabdhi applies in lots of places, almost in every places. In anything it can be applied, anything can be absent at any given point of time. So the examples are, there is no book on the table. No, that book is not there. Negative. Shyam hasn't attended any lecture today. Shyam is also absent. There is no water in the glass. So it deals with negative sentences where there is the meaning of sense of negativity. Next is Anumana. Anumans means to make a guess. Okay, to guess something. So it uses observation, previous truths and reasons to reach a new conclusion. So under Anuman, we are going to always have new conclusion, and that new conclusion can be drawn with the help of observation, previous truths and reason. So Anuman is related to logical conclusion, that whatever conclusion we draw, it has logic, it has reason. I will explain it step by step because it is given in the syllabus that we have to read Anuman in detail. So for example, fire can be inferred from smoke. So if you see any smoke anywhere at the far side, then you will say that there must be a fire. How you made this conclusion? On the basis of your previous truth and previous reasoning, that where there is a smoke, there is a fire. By seeing a cow shed, Anuman can be made that there must be cow around. So for example, you are an archaeologist, you are doing some excavation and suddenly you find a cow shed, cow shed or the bones of the cows. Then you will draw a conclusion that this must have been the cow shed, right? So you did it on the basis of previous truth, your own reasoning and your observation, that wherever there is any kind of bone or their body remainings are under the ground, that means the cow must have been there. Or if you find any kind of post holes, that means that area was surrounded with bamboo or something like that. So this was it. So guys, this was for today. If you like this video, then please like it, share it and subscribe to the channel. And you can join us on Telegram and follow us on Instagram. All the links are given in the description box below. Thank you.